Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. I am so happy to see you. If you're here already, I am so happy to see you. If you're showing up now, I am so happy to see you. If you've got gratitude to share, 'cause I'm so happy to see you. Whether you're a bird, reptile, or cow. Uh, Whoopee! It's the day after Halloween. Day after Halloween. Yeah, who dressed up as a program yesterday? I'm a little sleepy. My brother took a picture of me coming out of the water. I went to the beach yesterday. He said, "Dude, we're getting you a trident. You look like you're Poseidon or something." Um, Good morning, Juan. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. We had just a delightful Thanksgiving. We had future brother-in-law's family, and which is 4 people. My brother's family, 4 people. My mom and dad, and Lisa and I. So that's and Alexis and Sophia. So that was a crew. We had 2 tables. I think it's the most that we've ever had in our house. My mom said that when they were growing up, because her dad was a minister, Grandpa Caleb, and so they often would have huge Thanksgivings where they just invited people in the parish to join them, who were alone. But it was a big one for our group, and yeah, it was great. It's so fun to play with Sophia. I'm so in love with this little girl, and love Alexis so much. I love Lisa's brother and their family. They're so fun and so funny. And then my family is so fun and so funny. So I mean, like we went around the table and everyone shared something they're grateful for. My mom had a good idea. She goes, "Let's start eating, and then we'll take a pause later and share gratitude." So we weren't all like salivating. And in the gratitudes, there was this like joke that people kept recalling back to based on a long story that my brother and Jen had been talking about. They've got a bearded lizard? No, bearded something. Bearded dragon, that's what it's called. And it's like 16, 18 years old, something like that. Like when they brought it to the vet, they're like, "Whoa, this is a very old lizard." And so there were some very funny stories about the lizard, and then the lizard just kept being referred to in gratitudes in between very sincere, beautiful gratitudes. And it just was, I think it was wonderful. And a lot of people chipped in to help. And I grew up in the house where mom almost did everything for Thanksgiving. So it was great. It was really a really special, beautiful day. And as always, we went to the beach and did a beach walk. And since we had a 4-year-old, we made a sandcastle. And because we have people from Iowa, we did a cold plunge, and not all of us, but I jumped in the water. Juan says, "I am grateful to share my sister's birthday. She is 62 today. She has special needs from birth and wants a Cinderella birthday cake every year." Well, happy birthday to your sister. Good morning, D-Love. Anyone else want to share anything that they are grateful for? I'm grateful for the Zoom gratitude that we did yesterday. I join people in gratitude every day at noon Pacific. And as Thanksgiving was a special day, we had a pretty large group that returned and got together, and it was fun. It was really fun to see people And maybe fun's the wrong word. I'm feeling a little sleepy. I got a pound. I'm back on the coffee train. Oh, but it was more than fun. It was touching, and it reminded me of the first ever experiment in digital intimacy that I ever was a part of. Was I invited my grandpa Caleb to the real house when I lived in the webcam house, and we did Thanksgiving Grace there. We had everyone who was alone on Thanksgiving. We were in a chat room, and my grandpa kind of led us, and people shared gratitude, and it was really powerful. And a number of people were like, "I'm in tears. I felt so alone this morning, and I don't feel alone now." And that was the first time that I really was like my heart was touched, my brain was aha'd, and like these digital tools are more powerful than we are giving them credit as tools of connection. And 25 years later, is that right? 25? That was probably 2000, probably 20 years later. No, 25 years later. Yeah, 25 years later, the tools are much better, but we're still practicing this ability to stay connected through these digital tools. Anybody want to share a little gratitude? Something that they're appreciating, something about the day yesterday or the day coming up? I'm grateful that we've had incredible weather in San Diego this week. It's kind of fun when someone comes to town from Iowa, and then it's just so beautiful at the beach, so beautiful every day, and they're expecting a foot of snow in Iowa today, I believe, or tomorrow. And they're going to go to the beach today and Legoland. I'm grateful that I was browsing through my first zines. You know, if you've heard me talk about my story, I quit my job in psychology. I focused on making a zine, and then I Xeroxed and published this zine, and I loved it. And then based on that, I got invited to learn HTML and make a homepage for the company I worked at. And I was looking through these old zines, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's some pretty funny stuff in here. I surprised myself. I mean, some of it is silly and adolescent, and some of it is prophetic, but really fun. And I was learning desktop publishing and learning Photoshop and Quark and Illustrator. This is a parody, Snap Crackle Pope. Good stuff. Well, feels like we got a lot of full bellies, and I'll trust that everyone is feeling gratitude, and maybe we'll convene again tomorrow for some more gratitude. Can you hear this? There's a little family, adorable family yelling in the next room. I am so grateful for Lisa. So grateful that this first experiment really in our families really connecting her brother's family, my brother's family, and they got along great, especially since like both of our brothers are really into sports, and both of our nephews are really into sports, and so they got to talk about things that neither Lisa nor I really are able to connect with them about. But I think everybody had a great time. I think my parents really did. I know my mom did, and my dad was having so much fun with the 4-year-old girl, and I'm always a little worried because he's kind of old school, and some things that he used to be his go-to jokes that you do with kids sometimes are a little less appropriate now. Like He said something adorable. With little kids, he always says, "Are you married? Do you have a husband? Do you have a boyfriend?" And they go, "No," which is cute. But you know, in the modern world, uh, I think the consensus is that you don't want to establish an expectation of sexual preference onto a kid so that they start to think that, well, everyone expects me to be heterosexual. So therefore, as whatever I'm becoming, I'm either being what I'm supposed to be or not. And, uh, but he was great. Well, happy birthday to Juan's sister and happy day after Thanksgiving to everyone. I hope everyone has a day to digest their meals from yesterday and hopefully a little relaxing. If you have an opportunity to avoid big box shopping, I try to do so. You know, um, I'm working on a list of gift ideas that don't involve ordering from Amazon that maybe I'll put together right now and publish today. We'll see. No pressure, but happy Friday. Happy end of November. N- Week after this is first Saturdays. I'm grateful for that. So let me know if there's anything on your mind. Send me a message. Thanks for watching. Happy day after Thanksgiving. Wherever you are, give yourself a big old squeeze. And let's connect to everyone who's ever been in this place of Hug Nation, including Grandpa Caleb, and feel the presence, the shared humanity. Even though we experience the world through this single perspective, that we are part of a collective human experience. And let's feel that for a moment and then take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us, thanks for being here. I love you.